Welcome back to the Butterflies podcast, where I get a yap for at least 5 minutes about my OCs and their universe. On today's episode, we're talking about Lena Kamara's... Wait, dang it, did it again. All fairness aside, today we're talking about Len. This episode is about Len Kamaras, the youngest of the Kamaras family. Len's history. So I'm going to go over more than just in-universe background details. But let's actually start with in-universe, since we're on that topic already. In-universe, Len is the adopted sibling of Jamie. She was adopted by Junie after the main events of the first book, which is mentioned in the, epilogue. And once Austin re-enters the picture, Austin would become Len's adopted father. Now on to Len's development as a character before I knew what to do with them. Len was a character I originally used in a roleplay with one of my friends. And at that point, she was just meant to be a gender-bent version of Jamie, who I was using in the roleplay. It was during the events of the roleplay that I actually made her more than just a gender-bent Jamie. There are some things that happened within the roleplay that I've included in Len's characteristics. One of these big things was who Len's partner would be. In the roleplay, we had Len with this, it was kind of werewolf-like, but not, because they weren't werewolves, but a very cold character, they had ice powers, literally. And so I made Alaska as the Stir Universe version of that. Up next, powers along with scrapped powers and concepts. Like I mentioned in concepts, Len was originally supposed to be a gender-bent version of Jamie. However, as we know, that didn't really go anywhere. She just got expanded upon. Some scrapped powers. Some of Len's scrapped powers, the biggest being that she originally could talk to animals. Which I talked with Mel from Mel's Music Minute, and she said that that's kind of a lame power. And yeah, kind of. I think all of Len's powers that I've written down on this is the exact same as Jamie's. Yeah, it is. It is the exact same as Jamie's. Which, if you haven't listened to the episode about Jamie, those powers would be Energy Blast, Vine Control, Shadow and Glitch Teleportation, Shadow Control, Beast Form, and Tech Control. She doesn't really use Tech Control as much. Along with that, there's general, curses and spells that she can cast. Nothing... She also refers to herself as a Shadow Glitch Witch, just like Jamie. Her hobbies. For the most part, Len loves taking care of animals. You'll find that is a very big part of their character, that they love to care for animals. And I mean it. They want to work at a zoo. Along with that, she does do some writing and is an anime nerd, which is actually how she learned one of the languages that she knows. Unlike her brother, who knows English, Spanish, American Sign Language, Shadow Language, and Distortion Language, which is the glitch language, Len knows English, Spanish, American Sign Language, the Shadow Language, the glitch language, and Japanese. She is learning French, thanks to her partner, Alaska, who is from Quebec. Well, in the series, in this Google Sheets file I made, I wrote that she is one of the 3 main characters. Along with being Jamie's adoptive sibling, she appears in every book. Her ages through the books go: in book 1, she is 5, in book 2, she is 10, and in book 3, she is 14. Nicknames: Elle and Lens, both given to them by Jamie. There's also Len's Cap, but that one's a death sentence for Jamie. Len's relationships with a bunch of characters. With Jamie, those two, they get along pretty okay, but sometimes they obviously will argue like siblings, which you can see a lot of in the later books when, they're actually gotten used to each other. Percy. is literally just two nerds having a yap session together. It's, yeah. Junie. The two get along pretty well. Lucy. I think I originally might have planned for Lucy to have adopted Len, but that obviously got changed. Her relationship with Josh. Ooh, this is a good one. I mean, I'm gonna say that they don't have a relationship. They do. But I feel like it's one of those friendships that very much depends on, there has to be that in-between person in the room. Like, we all have that, I guess it's mutual. Like, yeah, they're friendly with each other and they're friends, but they only really talk if it's about Jamie or because Jamie's in the room or something. Blake. I feel like they're friendly with each other. I wouldn't say they're friends, but I would say they're friendly with each other. Lucas. Most of the time it's Len face-palming at Lucas's stupidity. Eliza. I'm gonna say it's kind of like Lake in the sense of they're friendly with each other, but they're not friends. Emmy, again, very much, but a lot more onto the distant end. Sapphire is Len's best friend. The two refer to each other as sisters. They are joined at the hip, basically. It is hard to see one without the other. Mari. The two get on very well. Len considers Mari a second mother. She also considers Jackson a second father. And also someone who she'll sneak over to for extra food. Not because she's hungry, but because Jackson's a really good cook. Jamie does the same thing. Alaska. As I mentioned, Alaska is Len's partner, who is a werewolf. Arctic too. Sprout. I feel like they're acquaintances. Like, they're like the Lake thing, where they're friendly for each other, but they're not going out of their way to be besties. Emma. At first, it was weird having your aunt's girlfriend as your kindergarten teacher. Tyler. Len has a restraining order. That's all I'm gonna say. Vincent. They get along pretty well. Vincent often says that Aurora would have loved you. Aurora being Vincent's late wife, Ash. Just because I like to talk about Ash. I don't know if I'm actually going to include him in the series. I just like talking about Ash. I feel like they get along pretty well. Len would like hearing about, like, a whole bunch of different plants. And Austin. Oh yeah, that's probably one of her favorites. Now, something I didn't mention about Len is eye color. Not that I find it important, but I felt the need to mention it. Len's eye color is actually green. Who else in the series has green eyes except the Williams family? Oh wait! Percy! And we'll be talking about that green-eyed kid in the next episode. Till then, this is J/DJ Cherry signing off.